All right, so we back. We here with Perspectives. Your boy D Butter and your boy Professor Showtime. So I just want to kind of bring it up. This whole situation. It's very interesting, but it's very disturbing at the same time. This whole Diddy situation, man. What you feel about this, man?
Man,
That whole Diddy, man.
I'm gonna say this. I don't listen to what the news says. Um, I feel like that's all propaganda. It's not like reality.
Right.
I did listen to Omar Johnson yesterday, and I kind of like his perspective when he said freak offs are not illegal. And I feel like with Diddy's money and influence, that people are just open to do whatever. He's one of the richest black people in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
money and power, you don't even have to use it sometimes. People are just so willing to be on your good side. They're willing to do anything just to be in your gracious. And especially with a man like Diddy, like that man has done and mastered television, music, radio, like movies. What has this man not accomplished? So,
Right.
what people do behind closed doors, people do behind closed doors. And I'll tell you one thing, it takes a very mature mind to not believe the baby oil. When I saw that, I'm just like, okay, this is excessive.
Yeah. That
I'm
that was
taking a
OD.
more mature perspective about it because I'm just an old soul. So it's hard for me to like make fun of or make light of a black man who is facing federal charges right now.
Right. So I mean, in reference to that, then,
Clip.
so why do you think like so there's his PR, his PR manager, right? Or his PR executive. She basically quit. She quit, cut off her phone, deactivated her email, and just kind of went ghost. Now she was a big advocate. I do not remember her name, unfortunately, right now. Um, but she was Diddy's advocate for PR. You know what I'm saying? So
You gotta have the name though. You can't reference somebody and we can't go look up who you're talking about.
you gonna make me pull it up?
You
Then
gotta pull it up.
I'll
No Diddy.
see
But
this.
in the meantime, while he's checking on that, I mean, it's gotten to the point now where it's got picked up federal. So it's like when they released that video with Cassidy, the people that was supporting them, I feel like that video backed them away because it's like I want to support Diddy, but it's like, damn, that video is so telling. How can I?
Right.
Because then it'll make me look like I support a man
Beating on a
who's
woman.
beating on a woman,
Yeah.
like, and I don't, or they don't. But that's just how I'm looking at it from that perspective. So
Yeah.
once that Cassidy video dropped, I feel like all his support fell off with it.
That was
Because
just
now
the
it's like the
beginning.
media saying, now what? You're gonna support him? Go ahead,
That
and you're gonna
was
fall with him.
Yeah, and that was just the beginning. I mean, because that was the beginning of his downfall. And then from what it sounds like, they're coming at the entire industry, and they're going to use him as an example. And by the way, the PR executive's name is Natalie Moore. So Natalie
Natalie
Moore,
Moore.
Moar. So that's her last name, and I would like read up on that because she basically has been the face of Diddy's campaign for years. Back in like the '90s type, you know what I'm saying? She's been around for a while. She's been the one who's been, helping him, go from music icon to more like a business mogul. You know what I mean? So she's changed his image. So for her to just deactivate not her Instagram, her phone and her email and everything, and just kind of go ghost, I know it's hurting
Well,
her.
that's also peaceful though. Think about it. Like you don't want to be bombarded with texts, calls, media trying to find out what's going on. They're all going to be looking for her. You know what I'm saying? She has the inside. So it's like, what's the best way to just avoid things while things process?
That's
Go
her.
ghost.
That's her life's work, though. You know what I mean? That's not something that's just that.
Yeah, but it's like this situation is more complicated. Like he's about to go to court.
Right.
So the last thing you want to do is give the prosecution more things to talk about.
Right.
I'm following the Young Thug YSL case, and I'm looking at all these interviews and all these interrogation videos of Young Thug's circle just telling
On Young Thug.
everything,
Yeah.
and they're all trying to put that together and put that on Young Thug. So I'm just feel like Diddy's smarter than that, and he's more prepared than that. And I feel like that's why it's real quiet. But you really don't hear like you hear about it, but you don't hear
Hear
about it.
Right, right.
You know, it's really discreet, and I feel like that's the difference between how Diddy moves and how Young Thug moves. Because all Young Thug's business is on Front Street right now.
Well, you gotta understand, he's a businessman. You know what I mean? Young Thug was a rapper, and not to say that he's not business oriented or business. He doesn't have that business mindset. It's just that he was around a lot of street dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm just saying the difference between being sloppy and
And
being organized,
correct.
but still having you're facing charges like you're about to go to court. You know what I mean? So, no, I completely concur.
So, in reference to that, then, so what do you? I've been hearing a lot of people, saying that, oh, well, what about Jay-Z? What about 50 Cent? Are they gonna start coming after Jay-Z next? Because you know what happened with this whole Super Bowl thing with Lil Wayne, right?
Well, let me stop you right there. First of all, we've been through this rodeo. You're 30, I'm 32. Within our lifespan, we've seen Bill Cosby go down. We've seen R. Kelly go down. And now we're watching Diddy go down.
Right.
3 moguls. We're talking moguls.
Major moguls.
Major moguls. We see Michael Jackson go down.
Before he died,
Murdered, actually. He was actually, I think Michael Jackson was too powerful for it, but they tried it with all the kid allegations.
Absolutely.
So that's 4 moguls right there we watched all go down within a 30-year lifespan. You know, so I feel like this is how when a black man reaches a certain level, they be like, okay, it's time to reset you,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Because Michael Jackson was trying to buy Sony. R. Kelly owned a lot of his masters, and they couldn't control him because of that. Oh, I forgot Prince.
Oh yeah,
That was a big
was
one.
another one,
Prince.
yeah.
We watched Prince.
yeah.
Whitney Houston.
The list goes on.
Yeah,
Honestly.
so it's like this has been going on.
But it's kind of sad because as a black man, you would think, we've overcome a lot, and you would think people in those positions wouldn't have to go through things like that, considering all that we've already kind of gone through. You know what I mean? But it's just really sad to think about, and I think Jay-Z is a very good example of someone who has their face on something and trying to stay afloat, because I feel like they're gonna try to come after him next, man. He's a very good icon.
Well, they can't come after Jay-Z because Jay-Z plays ball. You got to understand, like a lot of people who they take down don't play ball. Jay-Z is responsible for the Super Bowl halftime show. That means he's part of a board.
Correct.
You know what I mean? That means he has business relationships with some of the most powerful people in the world. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see them coming after Jay-Z because of his ties, and he plays ball.
What about Kanye?
Kanye doesn't play ball. That's why they tried to make him seem crazy. You know, I just watched the Candace Owens interview with Kanye, and it was one of the most peaceful Kanyes I've ever seen. You know, he's very intellectual. He's very understanding. But we don't get that version of Kanye. They only put the version out of Kanye that they want us to see.
The crazy and the erratic, and doesn't know how to have conversations and just be all over the place kind of Kanye. That's the Kanye they want.
So
us
I
to
want
see.
everybody to go check that interview out. Shout out Candace Owens. That is a beautiful black queen that I listen to as many opportunities that she gives me. And I'll sit there for an hour, hour and a half, however long her videos are, and I'll watch her interviews. Because she speaks from an intellectual perspective that more people need to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I got to clip that, boy. That's going viral.
Yeah, man. But you know what? I'm glad that you actually brought that up as well, because